Here in Western Australia, we are blessed with some of Australia's greatest wineries and winemakers. From the alternative grape varieties of Bunbury Geograph region through to the icons we all know and love in Margaret River, I'll be taking you on a journey across the breadth of offer right in our backyard, just a few hours' drive from Perth. Truly great wine is made in the vineyard, not just in the winery. So it's little wonder that Margaret River has conditions and soils that are perfect for growing grapes. Of course, we produce some of the most sought-after fine wines in the country, from the purest and most isolated landscapes. Larry Cherubino farms all of their own vineyards on carefully selected parcels of land, with an emphasis on growing every grape and then translating that to the most authentic expression in the bottle. If you've grown the best possible fruit, it means that when you get to the winemaking, it's all about doing as little as you can and just letting that fruit sing. Larry has been in the wine industry for 30 years and making wine in WA for about 25 of those. With plenty of experience in other wine regions of the world, it's solidified his view that Margaret River is one of the best places in the world to put down roots. So how did the evolution transpire from winemaker to grape farmer?
For us, it was more or less a backwards process because we were buying lots of grapes in the beginning and making wine and bottling those. And then as time went by, we realised that it was really important to be farming and in control of everything that we were putting into bottles. Sort of a roundabout the other way, but we got there in the end.
You've got an extensive range of wines. How do you communicate the different styles to customers?
Very poorly. No, look, I guess that the whole range is born out of the fact that we've got vineyards right across the state in all of the major viticultural regions. And probably the most important thing is not every region makes a great variety, so we try and match the variety with region, and hence from that we've ended up with specific ranges that are sort of married around these regional specialities.
You've previously mentioned that timeless is always in fashion. Now, how does that work in regards to wine?
Probably the key thing is that long after the bottles are gone, that the vineyard remains. For us, everything that we do is centred around patches of dirt and where we grow our grapes. Styles, they change, much the same with food. You get these sort of variations in theme over the years, but the constant is the vineyard. So that's where we like to sort of ground ourselves.
Now, when you have the pleasure of being with such an eloquent winemaker, having a tasting conducted by him is a real treat.
This is our 2020 Margaret River Chardonnay. This comes out under our Cherubino label, which is what we think is some of our most unique wine. So 2020, which was an awesome vintage for us with Chardonnay.
That's beautiful.
This is from our Laissez-Faire range, and so this is our Pinot Noir from the Prongerup. The Prongerup's probably about 45 minutes southeast of Albany. The climate is very gentle. It just suits Pinot and Chardonnay exceptionally well. Riesling's probably the most famous variety from that particular region. There's not a lot of Pinot planted, but what there is, it's brilliant. It's just absolutely brilliant wine, and it's always really aromatic. Quite distinctive from the East Coast variations of Pinot, but I think this is probably the best place for it in WA. All of these wines, they're all vegetarian, vegan friendly. We don't use any fish or milk or nuts or any of those sort of fining agents in the making of these wines. So for all intensive purposes, they're as natural as possible.
It does smell amazing. With the interesting range of wines here, from the iconic Margaret River Chardonnay and Cabernet Sauvignon through to the lesser-known varieties such as Arnaeus and Fiano, all here in this elegant and incredibly beautiful cellar door. It really is so easy to while away an afternoon in the magic world of wine. Now, I'm really excited because there's also a restaurant about to open up next door. And if you can't get down here, you can enjoy Cherubino wines at the City Cellar in Subiaco.